Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Like, share, subscribe.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you, and I think you'll have to listen, because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day.
We won't stop. We will not stop.
Sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so right, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give, something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now
See this? How you cannot go
baby,
here?
baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give, something's telling me it's right.
Neighbors and the
When you
community
came to me,
compelled
who
to
are
scour
you?
the area.
It's you, yeah, boy.
Where does the fault lie on you?
Hey family, how is everybody doing? You guys, thank you guys for showing on up. I know we're running a little late, but we had technical difficulties. We had caught a virus. That's what was going on for the last couple of days. My grandson worked it out. And so now we're doing better right now. But we never know what's going to happen. So anyway, I'm glad that you guys are here. We're going to still talk about Shanquella Robinson case. We were in the conversation just, what was it, Wednesday? And, there was some people that was like, hey, I don't know what you're saying and I don't like what you're saying. And I'm going to tell you guys what I'm saying. And I got a little information to share with you. There's some other stuff going on. We're trying to keep the young lady's name out there. We're trying to keep it where everybody is understanding the family wants justice. We all want justice. We want something done. It don't work quickly because this is an international type of situation. You got Mexico and then you got the United States. Now, let me explain something to you guys. If you don't know, if you're not understanding what I'm saying, you may not like it, but if you don't like what I'm saying, which is the truth, okay, let's get that corrected. I may not be right in the way I feel about something. You may not be right in the way you feel about something, but we're going to speak to each other respectfully. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to argue. We ain't arguing over here. Everybody has an opinion, whether I agree with you or not. But what I was telling you guys Wednesday is, look, I didn't say There's no person in the world that can tell you, oh, they going to jail. Oh, they not going to jail. My opinion about the situation matters, okay? And I look at the whole situation. Some of you guys go from chat to chat to channel, and you get all of this information and you don't know what to do with it. It's like you accumulate a lot of stuff and then you're trying to put it all together. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I listen. I don't go to channel. I don't do it. I'll listen if somebody say, hey, go check this out. I don't like to listen to other people's commentary because that's called stealing. You know what I'm saying? It's just like if you're writing a book, you can't go reading somebody else's book and then add their stuff to it. You know what I mean? It's just basically what it is. So here's the thing, you guys. We only want, oh, thank you, Amari. Thank you for the countdown. We only want your opinion on something because only thing we know right now, let's keep this clear. We're no experts. I would love to have an expert on. I am actually trying to get a hold of this person. I'm not going to say who it is. I'm not going to say if it's a woman or a man, but I'm trying to get a hold of this person, and they know a lot. They work in this field. They know how this works. To share with you guys what I know. That's why I say the things I say, is because I don't just come I'm just going to say some stuff, because I'm not that intelligent when it comes down to the laws of the United States and the laws of Mexico. But there's people out there that know. And I got a clip. It was back in November of a young lady speaking about it. And she's not the only one speaking about it. There's other professional, experienced people that understands when it comes down to extraditing someone to a different country. This is what I'm saying. I'm not saying it can't never happen. It won't never happen. I will only use those words, never, ever, when I'm speaking about the Lord. Okay? Anything else is just, it can happen. It may happen. It won't happen. It should happen. You know, people change rules and things like that. So you can never be for sure what a person will do or whatever, but you can definitely be sure what the Lord would do. Okay. I mean, 100%. So when I'm speaking on something, don't get all bent out of shape because, you know, I'm like, hey, you know, this is more than likely, this is not going to take place. That's my opinion. Your opinion is, yes, it is. Okay, that's your opinion. But in time, we'll watch and see. What I'm saying is, here's the reason why I said it. Some people got angry about it. But if you don't want to hear the truth, that's fine. Keep running around in your feelings about this young lady, because we all in our feelings. But I don't want to play around with my feelings, and I'm not going to play around with yours, okay? Here's the thing, and this is what I was saying last Wednesday. Check this out. I know you're not going to like what I'm going to say. I'm going to tell you right now. But if you want to know and hear the more likely what's going to happen to these people, I'm going to tell you. So, I mean, you can keep going around saying they all need to go to jail and all this other stuff. And yeah, they're going to jail and all this other stuff. You can say that. But here's the bottom line. If you really pay attention to what would they be charged with? What would Cabo 6 be charged with? Okay. If you look at how United States take care of their laws and stuff. If you were at a barbecue and you seen a fight, a beat down, and you know one of the people, you're friends with one of the people, and you get your phone out and you start recording, but you don't have, what can they charge you with? This, I'm just talking about the United States. Now, trust and believe, there's different laws in Mexico. So we don't know what their laws is in Mexico, but let's just for 1 minute go with the laws in the United States. What could they charge you with because you didn't jump in, or you didn't stop it, or you said keep going? Come on, you guys. Let's talk like we got some sense. You know what I'm saying? I'm not fin to get on that pony with you if you want to go and be like, well, they need, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to play. I'm not finna play around with my feelings, because we go to different cases. When you start getting emotionally attached to these cases, you cannot be effectively, any good, because you know what I'm saying? You're all over the place. They can go for obstruction. How's the obstruction? Because what? They took out their phone. The only thing that I've seen in this case, and I told you guys, I mean, this is just my feelings. This is like looking at the experts, what they say and what they talk about. Lying to the police, covering up some stuff. That's it. Unless they premeditated, had this plan, and all of them knew about it and was in on it. Other than that, and you got to prove that. You got to prove that. They got to prove that the Cabo Six planned for this, not even have to be planned for a death, just plan for the attack. Because if you go in a building and you getting ready to rob something, you say, I just went there to rob them. And then the person had a heart attack, and guess what? You still convicted of murder, because that was your plan, just to rob them, but it resulted into somebody's death. But they have to prove it. They have to prove it. And leaving her there, Cherie is saying, and leaving her there. They done called 911. They done got an EMS. They got a doctor there. Did they leave them there? No, they didn't leave them there. But you know what? They could have caused more damage by dressing her while she's dead, or that could have led to breaking bones and stuff, because we don't know how much of the death she was in the process of the dying part. You guys understand what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys know this, but okay, I was in a little thing. Let me tell you real quick. I'm not going to tell you the whole scenario of the situation, but she didn't die on me, but I was dealing with, like I said, I almost went to jail the other day. I kid you not. A young lady was passing away, and she's in hospice care. And the family came in. They thought, hey, you guys are not you're not feeding her. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. They called the police. They called the fire department. They called 911, and they come marching in. Well, I told you guys I am the charge nurse, so everybody pointed to me and said, she's the responsible party. And the family's like, yeah, you're going to jail. And my mother, and da-da-da-da-da. She's already in the dying process. You know what I'm saying? We're just making her comfortable. And there's not that many clients like that, but we do have one or two. Well, actually, the people, when they already sign a DNR, this is totally different. That means we cannot provide them care. Even if she stopped breathing, I can't give her CPR. I can't go with the defibrillator and shock her heart. I can't administrate any information. Any medication other than what the doctor prescribes. So what I'm saying is, when a person is already in the dying stages, and your job is to make them comfortable, no, I'm not going to jail. You or your family member or the resident or patient or whatever should not sign the DNR. There's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do but make it comfortable and make it where it's not painful. Like I said, they come in saying, hey, they're holding my mother against her will. We want her out of here. So they were like, give us the paperwork. We're, you're in charge. Well, what's she diagnosed with? And all. I don't need to know nothing. What I need to know is, here's the paperwork. If you take her, then guess what? You're going to have a lawsuit, because at the end of the day, she's a DNR, and I can't do anything but allow her to die with dignity and without pain. They got the paperwork, and the next thing, the family's coming to me. They explained, the fire department, the police said she's not holding her. The facility's not holding her. She's DNR. Hospice is actually over her. She's just allowing her to die in a comfortable setting and can administrate the medication on every 4 hours or whatever the doctor ordered, so that, you know what, she don't have to be in your home. Because when people, you know, they lose their bowels, you got to clean them up, you know, all kind of stuff. It's not a pretty sight. And nobody wants to, you thinking not giving them the medicine, you're only keeping them in pain. So if you guys want to take her out of here, you can take her, but you take her to the hospital. They can't do absolutely nothing. So anyway, what happened to that situation? Like I said, they said that they were going to call another hospice thing. They didn't take her out. They said, we're sorry. After coming in like, yeah, you're going to jail. They said, we're sorry. Could you put oxygen on her? Yeah, because people hunger for oxygen when they're going into that stage. So anyway, the very next day, which was yesterday morning, they were supposed to call another hospice. It's called Harry Hines, and transfer her from Choice Hospice also, and put her on Harry Hines. Well, I get off work at 6. She died at 5:50. I was already in report. So she was not even my client when she passed away, which I'm glad, because the family would have said she did something because she's mad. Why would I do something? You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying to you guys, while she's passing away, the reason why I'm telling you guys this, while she's passing away, she passed away within like 10, 15, 20 minutes. Now she's in the, you know, the after process. You know what I'm saying? After that, only thing I can do is move her in the position that she needs to be in, so they don't have to break her bones and all this other stuff, because she's like this laying in the bed. I don't want them to come in 2 hours later or whatever, because they're not just going to move the body right then and right there, because she's gone. They got things to do. So I have to close her eyes, okay? And I have to put her in a straight position, you know, or put her hands over, or in a straight position, because they do break things. But when it sets in so many hours, 3, 4, I don't know. I don't go through the whole process. I don't want to. The sister had the power of the attorney. Yes, okay. Sister had the power of attorney. They couldn't move her. I don't even know why they play games. I have to tell you guys about it. But anyway, what I'm saying is, if I move her like in an hour, 2 hours go by, and she's already gone, and I start moving her and she's stiffening up, and she's stiff up, she's cold, she's hard, you know, I can do more damage by trying to get her dressed and everything. Normally what we do, we put a gown on. We cut the gown and we just put the gown on. Put her hands out like this and put the gown on. It's not over her shirt. If her shirt, we just leave it be. You guys understand what I'm saying? If we get to it real fast, we take off our clothes. That's all we do. We take off our clothes and put a gown on. That's it. Sometimes we just put the gown over and just leave them alone. Anyway, that's what happened. So I want to share this video that it was back in November to this year. On this case, they were talking about the legal part of the situation. So I want you guys to hear what they're saying. And this is why I tell you to don't get in your feelings, because sounds like they had guilt. Yes, you know what it is. Okay, if you ain't seen your mama in 5 years and here you come in the next 5 minutes and saying, yeah, you're going to jail. I'm not going to jail. You know what? I'm not going to jail. And they did say, I'm sorry, and left without their mother, because had they moved her, the order, they would have violated her rights. Her rights is she's tired. She's done. She's done. One day she's here, and the next day she's not. Anyway, and it, like I said, normally I've never had a resident, client, patient, or whatever pass away on me. She did not. Like I said, I was already in report, And as we was in report, they come running up the hall saying she's gone. I had already gave report. So it was still, I'm on a 100 that it hasn't happened on my shift. Anyway, I already know what to do. I dealt with hospice, but nobody ever passed away on the hospice thing. I've seen it after my shift, or I've seen it going into report or something and had to deal with it. And I watch them deal with it or console the family or help out the other nurse that's coming on or whatever. So I did get a lot of it. But once you deal with death like that 5 or 6 times, like I said, I help other nurses, while they're freaking out or something, but it's never happened to me where I had to deal with it. I see what they do and everything. I've sat with people and everything. Have you seen a family member try to fight a DNR? It's not pretty. It is not pretty. It's very emotional. Trust me, it's very emotional because what can you say to them? You know what I'm saying? What can you say to them? But I've got this video. The only reason why I was sharing that with you because it just happened yesterday. And like I said, they was like, "You're going down. You're not taking care of our mother. You're not feeding her." To be honest with you, she's not really even here. But I won't say that. I'll just be like, I understand. I understand. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing you can say to a person that's emotionally distraught about a family member. Hey, you can say, "Oh, she's pretty," or "It's time," and whatever. Anything you say, they're going to be mad. They're going to be mad at you. They're really mad at themselves, but they're going to be mad at you. So you let them go ahead and be their mad. Exactly. DNR, that's what it means. Do not resuscitate. Do not do anything. Did I give her a medication? Every 4 hours so she wouldn't be in pain. So she was not in pain. But I mean, that is not even good to say to a family member. So anyway, let's look at this. I did get it downloaded and we can talk about it a little bit. But I want you to hear what they're saying. Hopefully we don't get a ding. Here we go.
Now, authorities there issued an arrest warrant for one of the people that was on that trip.
But it could take months or even years before anyone answers for her death. Channel 9 reporter Jonathan Lowe is live at the Charlotte FBI field office tonight. And Jonathan, you spoke with an expert about what's behind the wait.
That's right, Erica and Scott. Though agents here at the Charlotte Field branch of the FBI are investigating Shanquella Robinson's case, I spoke to a legal expert tonight who says bringing charges in Shanquella's death is solely up to prosecutors in the Mexican state of Baja California Sur.
People need to understand that this is not going to be a quick process. The extradition process takes some time. There's going to have to be a level of patience, I think, with people who want justice quickly. And justice may not look like what we're used to.
Mexican authorities issuing an arrest warrant for an American presumably on U.S. soil will be mandated by the U.S.-Mexico extradition treaty of 1861.
It goes Department of State, goes through that process, let's get certified. Then it has to be transmitted to the U.S. attorney in the district where that person, that alleged fugitive may be.
Those hurdles, a small example of the overall jurisdictional and investigative issues Trotman sees by having an American victim, a killing in Mexico, and potential witnesses and or suspects in the wind.
People have to understand, we have a common law system. Theirs is based on the Napoleonic Code system, which is very different. There's a presumption ultimately of guilt versus that of innocence that we're accustomed to here in the U.S.
What may move faster, she says, is the fact that the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Charlotte branch, is looking into Shanquella's death. What can the FBI do?
Very good question, because that's probably the primary question that I get most often.
When it comes to the people that went on the trip with Shanquella, Trotman says the FBI can investigate what they did before they left the U.S. and when they returned.
That's where you have possible accessory after the fact charges. If there were things done to conceal the crime, hide a person, lying to the police, obstruction. Text messages were exchanged clearly, that there's Google searches out there.
Now, another question that I asked her, what's next for the subject of that arrest warrant if they are in fact extradited back to Mexico? Well, Trotman says that that state does, or that country does not have pretrial release or any bonding out like we do here in the States. Mexico, she says, only has what's called mandatory pretrial detention, and it's written into their constitution. By the way, Mexican prisons have long been criticized for horrific human rights violations and being grossly overcrowded.
Okay, I wanted you guys to hear everything that they said. The last part of what he said. He said Mexico do have pretrial detention, which we don't. We didn't know that. You know, they have pretrial detention, so they can hold somebody before charging, you know. And we don't know if she is already detained, but she could be, because Gerard say that she is. I don't know. If she never did leave the United States, Mexico, then she could be there. Who knows? Who knows? They said, we were talking about Fendora, and we was like, where's Fendora? Fendora is the same thing as the villa where they were staying at. It's called actually Fendora too. So I just want to correct that to make sure everybody know, because we were trying to figure out, did they go to another place and interview somebody? No. They say the place that they live, the villa, the Cabo, whatever, Lucy, whatever, that's called Fendora also. So it is actually the same clubhouse. It's just called Fendora. I don't know, you guys. I'm just telling you because we don't want to put out any information that is not true or is misinformation or misunderstanding. Okay? So Soldier Girl, what are you talking about, Lucien? Lucien, you saying rest in peace, Lucien? What are you talking about? Did they find Lucien? You guys remember the little boy that was at the park with his dad, Lucien? Soldier Girl put in the chat, rest in peace, Lucien. And I did not get that information. His body was found. Supposedly. Well, wow. Where was he at? Where did they find Lucien at? They said that they found Lucien. Oh, that's what the tarot card said. No, Soldier Girl saying it. Lucien is saying they found his body. Anyway, that's not good. I'm glad that you guys are in the chat, and they made an arrest in Idaho for the 4 murderers. Oh yeah, I knew that. They went over to Moscow or something and arrested somebody too over there. Anywho's, Lucien, the terror detective, please don't put stuff like that in the chat. See, that's what I said. I asked y'all questions. Y'all know better. Y'all start. Anyway. Okay. So anyway. It's no big deal. Sometimes. Anyway, we're talking about Shanquella over here. So I'm going to continue to talk about Shanquella. So I understand, but you know, you know, she said, check your inbox. Yeah. I just want to stay on the conversation about Shanquella because Lucian is something we tried to cover. And I had some really mixed feelings about, the family. Things just wasn't adding up. I don't know. Did they arrest somebody on Lucian? Was it the family? You know what I'm saying? Because they were being so overprotective about what you can do and what you can't do. And I get that. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Yeah. All right. Yeah, it's probably going to take a while, but first they said something about, there's a video that you can see him in the park, and then the family's like, there's no video of Lucian in the park. How would you know? They said it was, but how did you know? How do you know there's, they ain't showed us no video? But you basically saying that he was not at the park. So, I hate to, I don't want to jump down, but it just looks weird to me that, and nobody likes to be accused of doing something, especially killing their kid or whatever. But anyway, so what the lady was saying is, we want justice for Shanquella. We want justice for, and we're used to, they did this, they did that. It looks terrible. It looks horrible. But then what happens, you guys? What happens when you're dealing with two countries? And I was just reading. I even saved it over here, so I can't bring it up, but I can tell you what it says. And I just looked over it really quick. It is very rare. It's unusual. This is what I'm telling you guys. It's very rare and unusual for the United States. I'm not saying it don't happen, and I'm not saying it can't happen, but it's very, very rare and unusual for them to expedite an American and hand them over to the Mexican authorities, because their rules and laws are, different. You guys understand what I'm saying? And they're not going to hand over, it's just what I believe, on a petty misdemeanor, as I was watching on a video, or I was filming it or something. If that's what you're thinking they're going to get them for, I don't believe that. But if they do get them, they can get them because of what they said before, prior, being premeditated, for the attack, or hiding the information, lying to the police on a crime, on a homicide. That is a big deal. It is. I'm not going to say it's not. Woke the guy says, but we have only refused them once in 10 years. Okay. You must have did your research, Woke the guy. You must have did your research. It's more than likely they don't do it. That's what I was trying to tell people. And people were getting mad at me like, oh, it can happen. I didn't say it can happen. But more than likely, on something this minor, they don't do it. When I'm saying minor, I'm not saying Shanquella's death is minor. I'm saying the Cabo Six, that what they are involved in. How they handled the situation, lying to the authorities. Hey, this is SP. Go right ahead.
How you doing, SP?
I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Sorry you had to deal with family like that, but I'm just out of their guilt or grief.
Yes.
Back to the Shanquella case, I couldn't get any information. I did call the guy from the main office up in, I think it's Chicago number, said that they cannot give any information. I even asked who were the attorneys that the family has hired.
Right.
Was Ben Crump still part of that? I did call his office also, and I said, "Oh, so you can't even tell me? You know, usually you guys come out and announce, you know, what case and stuff you're on, so you're definitely in for it just for the money, not for the justice." And he kind of paused. You know, I guess he didn't expect anybody to ask that, but
what do you mean the money and whatever?
You know, I've been usually only takes cases that there's going to be a lot of money.
Oh, the attorneys and stuff.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So I wasn't talking about the GoFundMe money. Just the money that he would be able to get in. But I didn't get any information. But you're right. You're definitely right on target with the FBI. I was looking up some of their stuff too. But I think there's a big chance that still, I don't know, just somewhere I really think that the FBI is going to take this case.
Well, no, they're on it.
They're on it, yeah.
Yes, they're on it, but what are they doing? Like, they're not releasing no. Yeah, they're not going to tell us.
No, they said once they do take a case, and this is what the guy at the conference told me. He said once the FBI does take a case, the only thing I can tell you, we're not going to tell you anything.
Right.
And I asked him, was there somebody higher up than him? Because he was just the intake guy.
Uh-huh.
And he said, no, ma'am. He said, they're going to tell you the exact thing I'm telling you.
Right.
I'm not going to tell you anything. So you'll just have to keep waiting and watching and see what happens.
Right.
And I think there's definitely a case there on both countries' side.
Right. I think
it doesn't matter who's going to really end up with the case.
Well, you know, Miss Phyllis, with it being an outcry of the citizens in the United States and how the video went viral and the people want justice, I think that helped them to go, hey, we just cannot just do nothing. We got to do something. But, you know, the father did come on one of the news stations and say that they're not doing anything. But I think it's because they can't tell him anything.
They're not going to tell him either.
Right.
I mean, look at this other case where, you know, the family was told a little bit of something, and we don't know if that's 100% true, but I think it was. And then he leaked what he was told. They're not going to take their chance, especially if being with two countries involved. They're not going to tell Mr. Bernard, excuse me.
Right.
They're not going to tell him anything.
Right. Even the family, they're not.
The family, I understand his position. I would be frustrated too.
Right.
But at the same time, in my frustration, I would just have the Lord, through the power of the Holy Spirit, have me to just calm down and just wait and see and trust that justice will come.
Right. And you know, it's really hard, but even though that she's a family member, because people, when they get just a little bit of information, and that's what they want that little bit of information. When they get it, somehow it gets leaked out and it don't help the whole thing. Like, what if they're, you know, going, well, you know, we are looking at, I'm just giving you an example. This is hypothetical. This is not true, you guys. But what happened if they told Mr. Bernard, we're looking at Dejanay, and then they say her name? You know what? He doesn't know what not to say or what to say. And then he may say something on a newscast, or he may say something to a blogger or somebody call him, or he may be speaking to a family member that throws it out there. You can't really almost trust nobody because you don't know who to trust or not. And now Dejanay got that information. Now she done fled the United States, and now she's in Italy because they can't stop her from going anywhere.
Right.
And then you don't know where she is. So it doesn't help to
somebody in his family could say, well, hey, we'll get her. We'll just, you know, like somebody from the streets take her out.
It's the hardest thing to do is kind of, you know, like you can talk about stuff like how she was and how beautiful she is and what happened to what you know, which is third people information because he wasn't there. So he can only tell us what was told to him.
Right.
So, but other than that, they're not gonna going forward. They're not gonna tell him, "Oh yeah, we're finna go pick her up, or we're looking at her, or we're watching her, or we're waiting for them to move." They're not gonna say that.
Right. And the other thing, though, I still question from what, and she's not a YouTuber, so I guess I can mention her name, Nancy Grace, from what she was saying with the extradition process. They could even be hiding that. She could be under that provisional thing.
Yeah.
And we not know it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We could, nobody in their right mind should be putting out false information that they're not really sure of.
Right. And here's the thing, because like we don't know if she even made it back to the United States, you know?
Right.
But Gerardo says they have somebody detained or whatever, and he's sticking on that. And I'm like, I don't want to call him a liar. I hate to call anybody a liar because I don't know. But I mean,
I don't either. And I went back and even with that video SP that he put out, I just kind of want to believe him though, because he's really putting his neck out there.
Exactly.
He's on the wrong side. That's something I think of. I pray and hope he ain't on the wrong side.
Well, here's the thing. I watch his movement and everything and how he speaks on something, and he's more than, he's like, well, you guys will see. You guys will know. You know what I'm saying? And he holds a positive expression the whole entire time. Like, you know, I know this stuff. I've got connections. So I do want to believe him.
Yeah, I do too. And even when they were talking about her size, if you go back and look at some of those pictures where she has those, you know, kind of see-through design clothes on, I mean, she is a little thick.
Yeah.
In the hip. And that picture, I don't know if maybe you would enlarge it, maybe you get a truer concept of her size, but I just kind of believe him. I don't know who helping him, but I just say, honey, if you tell the truth, God keep on sending these people that are helping you find this out, because
yeah,
I just kind of believe him. I may be wrong, and I'll be the first one to say, but you know, right now, that's where I'm kind of flowing to.
Right. Well, you know, I'm not saying I believe him. I want to believe him.
Right.
Because, you know, I mean, that's what I want. That's my emotions kicking in. I want to believe him. I look at him. Yeah, I look at him, and why would he lie? Why would you come and risk your whole reputation just throwing stuff out there?
He's just starting.
Right. And so, what do you mean?
He was saying that was new to him, setting all that stuff up, and he would
right with the YouTube and stuff. Yeah, it is. It is. But he stands on his word. So I'm like, why would you just tear up some stuff? Now, like I said, now Mexico, and he was not asking for money. They literally had to beg him and say, dude, you need to set up a thing so we can help you financially so that, you know, we can get this information because, you know, Mexico, I know they're not paying you and you need money. Money is a tool. Not saying we just want to just give you all the money in the world, but I mean, it's going to take sometimes to bribe people with money so that they will talk or tell or whatever. And you can get that in Mexico. Like United States, some people don't talk even because they know the consequences. But in Mexico, you know, little money down there is big money.
Well, I just wish him luck, and anybody else that's really, you know, in this for the right reason. I just want, at the end of the day, no matter how long it takes, that justice be served. Because nobody deserves, I don't care what, nobody deserves to die like that.
Exactly. And we're gonna keep that family in our prayers.
If it would be left like that, number one, it would be so horrific, you know, and it just ain't right. And her parents deserve justice. Now, I can't speak for everybody in that family. I don't know them. I don't know whether to believe some of the stuff they're saying or not. But I know still, at the end of the day, I truly trust and believe that God will expose what needs to be exposed, and justice will be done. Sometimes it takes a minute. Sometimes it takes years. But I don't think it's going to take no years in this. But
well, you know what? You know what I think?
Sometimes it takes a long time.
With the family setting up that GoFundMe, and this is what I tell people. Their family, I don't know, someone helped the family set up the GoFundMe, and they got almost like $500,000. Let's talk about that just for a brief minute. I don't like to talk about money because people get all in their feelings, like, but it you know what? That type of money, $500,000, you can get some answers. You can get some answers.
You can, yes, you can. And it does take money to get attorneys and all that. And the dad said he didn't need the money.
Right, but you need money, and you need money.
You need that kind of money to do what it has to do to get the right type of person
To handle it, yeah.
That's right.
You do need that type of money.
Will say anything they want to say until they're in this position. And then they'll come with a whole new different story.
Yep. You can.
Sometimes you don't know till you're in somebody else's shoes.
Okay, so you know, like when you have that kind of money, and like I said, you know, little money is big money in Mexico. So, like say for instance, if you seen something and you like, hey, if I'm in Mexico and I seen somebody, I really don't want to get involved. People don't want to get involved. I don't care what country you in, they don't. But if I want to get me and my family out of Mexico, which 99.9% of the people in Mexico want to leave Mexico. But if you have the money to leave Mexico, then you can go. But if you can give me $100,000, I can get my whole family, because $100,000 is like you a millionaire now. I mean, not you. Almost like, but you are a millionaire. You can go anywhere, hide, live, don't never have to work. People working for you. People will take that. That's why I say I don't bash the family for having the money, but if you don't do the right thing with the money, then hey, do you really want justice? Because money do talk.
You better say it.
Money talks.
Nobody in their right mind going to disagree with that.
You can get people to go against the government and say, "Hey, I don't care. I can get my wife, my kids, my grandkids, and I can take them over here and get their visa, and we can be in the United States in the next couple of days, or it takes 30 days to get your passport or whatever. But yeah, I can get them out of here. I'll tell you what I seen. I'll tell you what I heard, and that's what you need. That's what you need."
Yeah, you do. I'm just glad you're staying on this. And I would encourage anybody in the chat to still call Washington, even call anybody, your representatives, to, make sure that, they're aware of it too. And so that people will stay on this case.
Right. Right. Exactly.
So anyway, have a happy New Year's, everybody. You, SP, you and your family.
Thank you.
Your hubby, Diesel even.
Right.
The New Year's going to be a turn for many of us.
Yes, it is.
Looking up to the hills from which cometh our strength. I love you all. We'll get off this phone.
All righty. Thank you.
All right,
bye-bye. We need somebody else to call in. Tell me what you're thinking about. I know you guys are all, distraught about what's happening, but I mean, we can't change what the rules is in the United States. But here's the thing, you guys, and I'm just saying, the United States and Mexico is totally different. So we're going to have to get out of thinking that what we know here in the laws and the rules here is the same over there. Hey, you don't even have to prove other stuff over there. They'll lock you. I'm just telling you. I'm not lying to you. I ain't been there, but like I said, I got nephews and nieces that don't speak no English, and they tell me it's horrible. They tell me it's horrible. Hey, this is SP. Hey, Zan, what's going on?
Not much.
What's going on?
I was just listening to what you said, and I had to do a little research.
You did some research?
Yeah, I did a little research.
Okay, what's going on? What you hear?
Just to find out, because I know that there is a long process when it comes to extradition.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it can be up to 90 days per person, and that's only if they don't fight it.
Right.
If they fight it, it can be even lengthier.
Right.
And that's just in country. It can be longer going out of the country.
Right.
So, you know, it could definitely be a very, very lengthy process. Personally, I feel like that it would be better for everybody involved if they allowed the trial and everything to be taken care of here in the United States.
Right.
And I say that because of this. I feel that the only reason that everybody wants justice done in Mexico is because of how cool they know that the Mexican jail system.
Right. But they can't charge them over here for what they did over there in Mexico.
Yes, it can be done. It can be done. It's gotta be done federally, but it can be done. It would require the FBI to bring the charges, and they would have to be in agreement with the Mexican consulate. But it could be done.
Okay. Very rare.
Very rare.
Very rare.
Very little.
And the possibilities of it being done would be what?
It's definitely going to be I mean, if that case was taken by the FBI and tried over here, it's very rare because it's going to be a lot either way. Either way, it's going to cost.
Have it ever been done?
Yes, it has been done.
On what kind of case?
Usually it's on financial cases, like with big businesses in finance, or
Extortion and stuff like that. Extortion, stealing money.
Terrorism, stuff like that.
Terrorism. I can vouch. I can probably say, yeah, you're probably right about terrorism and things of that stuff. But
I did my research.
But
it could be done only because it's a murder case. If the United States chose and to get into agreement with Mexico, it could be done here, but it's going to take a lot.
it can be done. You're right. It can be done. True that. That's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about earlier. But very rare in the possibilities that it's going to be done. I will hold my breath. I will hold my breath because, and I think this is where the family is now saying, like, if there was a crime, like if Shanquella was not a citizen of the United States and if she was a citizen of Mexico, it would be different. You know what I'm saying? Right. Mexico will really be going crazy. We want them over here and bringing out everything. But this is a citizen of the United States. Citizens went over to their country, did a crime against another citizen of the United States, and then came running back to the United States. So they're like, yeah, we want them over here. But it ain't a big deal to them because Shanquella's not a citizen of their country. So
there's a couple of things that's making it a big deal.
What makes it a big deal?
One of the things that's making it a big deal is the owner of the
the villa,
the establishment
mm-hmm.
of the villa is losing business. And it's bad for his business that this occurs
Exactly.
on his property.
Exactly.
And he is a very influential person in Mexico. So he can definitely push the authorities to do something so that he's not losing face or his business is not losing, it looks like that kind of thing can be done there. So he's not losing any.
He's going to lose money.
Business.
He's going to lose money, but that's not going to get them to expedite witnesses back to Mexico.
I don't know.
I want it to happen.
I just was doing a lot of
Do you think they're gonna extradite the Cabo 6 back to Mexico?
Yes.
Huh?
And there are two laws, and I didn't write them down, but there are two laws in Mexico that if they moved her or dressed her, and the fact that they gave the police information they knew was incorrect, that they could be charged for.
Okay.
It's two laws. I know one of them is 303 point something, and there's another.
Right. Okay. All right.
But yeah, I don't think that we're going to hear from the FBI what's going on for a couple of reasons.
What's that?
One, just because the FBI can be very secretive in what they do.
Yeah.
That's generally the way that they operate. But two, I feel that the FBI kind of stopped communicating with the family, the mother, and the sister, because even once they knew or had heard what allegedly happened in Mexico,
right,
you still invited the people that were a part of that into your home.
Right.
So that's going to make the FBI go,
Well, yeah. I see what you're saying. Like I say, everybody has their own opinion about it, and I respect your opinion. And we can agree to disagree. I just don't believe nothing's going to happen on that part. But, no, ma'am. No, I do not. I just don't. But we're going to watch this case and see. Because here's the reason why I think it's not, because filming something and not getting involved and not fighting and not telling people to not fight, that's little misdemeanor stuff. I mean, but hold on. But if they want to say, well, they moved the body and they covered it up and they lied, but that's still not big enough for like a huge, yeah, it is probably maybe a felony to lie, but will we send our citizens of the United States back over there for that horrible prison and jail and court system that Mexico have? More than likely, I just believe that's not going to happen. Now, Dejanay, yes, but the rest, no. And how can you charge her? Well, I don't know how they work in their system, but you charge her with the death and murder of Shanquella, you're going to need the witnesses over there. So, you can't arrest people in the United States because they won't get on a plane and go to Mexico and be a witness. And you don't know until they don't show up. So it's going to be a long time. It's going to be a long time. You know, and
it's gonna be a long process.
But no, I just don't believe they're gonna arrest the Cabo Six. And I hate to say that. I really do. I hate to say that. And yeah, you know, but these people, you know, they shouldn't be over here working and living their life like it ain't nothing, being in the pulpit and talking like they, you know what I'm saying? Their family members is still like, you know, it's weird. One thing, and I'm going to say this, and I know we have another caller, but I'm going to say this. When we look in the Bible and we see the stories and the parables that the Lord has provided for us, and you know how there was two women, they were going in a famine, and one woman told the other woman, today we're going to eat my son, tomorrow we'll eat yours. They agreed upon it. I'm not saying that this is same like a story, but the thing about it is the outcry that she went to the king, the counselor, to tell him, and every day she cried and cried and cried and said she went and hid her son when it was time to eat hers, but we ate mine that day. And she wanted justice. Well, the king was not a king that was fearful of God, but he, you know, the people are looking at him. And this is why I tell people, you got to keep saying this young lady's name, because the outcry of the people will make them move in her behalf. They don't want to. This is black crime on black crime in a whole different country. They don't want to move. You know why? Because it makes them look bad. So you have to keep saying this young lady's, I want to say child because she is a child, but you want to have to keep saying her name because we don't want to stop, because that's the only way the squeaky wheel will get the oil, that you will continue saying her name, saying we're not going to just shut up, and we want some justice for her. We want justice for the family. We don't want to just give this up. Look into it. Send them back. Let them at least be accountable for what they did do. They're not going to do that in the United States, because here's the bottom line. It only takes the United States to say, okay, you know, because here's the thing. Okay, we're going to send them back. Once they send them back, it's out of the United States' hand. And then you might have two countries. Now we're furious because you've got 6 people over there in Mexico. We don't know what the heck going on. Their family is going to be like, who do that? United States don't normally do that. I'm telling people, and that's all I got to say about it.
We've only denied it one time in 10 years. We've only denied it when Mexico has asked us to turn somebody over. We've only denied it once in 2 years.
Okay.
But there's one other thing that I did find out. Just because talking to my family in North Carolina.
Yes.
Winnie Donovan,
Uh-huh.
her family is very highly connected in the law.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They've got some definite judicial pull.
Right.
In the legal system.
We were talking about that just last week. Yeah.
Yeah, so that could definitely slow things down also.
Yeah. But you know, there's they may have that pull and connection to try to make it go away and all this stuff. That's why we, you know, the people were building the family up for the money in the fight. You know what I'm saying? So I'm never against, you know, I don't know what they're going to do with the money. Only thing I said about the money part, I wish it had been set up in the father's name, because the father seemed like he's like, I don't need the money. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get just for my baby. And then, you know, the other part of the family, and I'm not speaking nothing bad about him. I just don't know. You know what I'm saying? Some things you'd be like, you know, speak up, speak a little louder, you know, because we're in this, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know,
I totally understand what you're saying, even the things that you're not saying.
Right.
I get it. I can read it from the line.
Right. So, I just don't know. I just think that, you know, the father, when he stepped in and took his little life savings and got the ball going and everything, that's what kind of energy that needs the person that should have probably had the money, but they didn't want it. But you need that money. And I just hope the family come together and get a private investigator and get that ball rolling, because, you know, only thing right now I see, and I know I don't be on the internet like I used to and just really come with a whole bunch of information because I'm busy right now, but that's going to slow down once I get to knowing what I'm doing. But what I do see, I already see it already going, you know, dark on the Shanquella case. I already see it. You know?
I hope that doesn't happen.
Well, yeah. If there's more information that somebody can, even if it's not even more information, it could be a remembrance of her. And I think that was, you know, when you start seeing that, that's telling you that it's getting quiet on the social media part. When you start doing remembrance and things of that nature, that's when they had that little rally. A lot of people didn't show up. We had people there. And then for, you know, our people that was on ground, they said they didn't see the mother. They didn't see the sister there. They seen the father and his mother. So see what I'm saying? Now, if you don't show up, but you know what I'm saying? This is the time that you keep coming.
Not only did they not show up, but it was after that rally, the same evening, when the sister changed her page, it took all the pictures of Shanquella.
Right.
It made me question.
Right.
I mean, it made me question. Put it like that.
Yeah. Well, you know, and I seen that, but it didn't make me question her, because, like I said, sometimes people don't want to, you know, they're tired of seeing. People have said so much. They're tired of, you know, they don't want to share anymore. It's like, get off my page, because you're sending.
And they don't owe us anything.
Yeah, they don't owe us anything.
They don't owe us anything.
And
they don't owe us to talk to us, to tell us nothing, none of that.
But you know, this is what people get mad about. Let me say this. People get mad at, because you wanted justice, you wanted her story out there, got the story out there. Everybody that's in the channel, everybody that has a channel, everybody that has any social media said anything, they contribute for you to get the story out there, to get the money. Now that you got the money, it's like, we're not talking to you. And we start feeling some kind of way. We be like, what? You know, like, now you're taking a picture down. Now you're not showing up for the rally. What's going on? And so there's going to be a backlash. You know what I'm saying? Because people got emotionally involved. Then they got financially involved. And when you separate people from their money, they want to know something. You know?
I agree.
And when you won't even say, show up, they're now like, I don't bash the family. I'm not bashing the family. I'm just saying that's what's happening. You know? Until like once, you know, I was, but the way my account is set up, it's in my personal name. And I had the card, but they put my name on that card too. And I don't know if it's going to show up, because people get your information and then they be like, oh yeah, now, you know what I'm saying? So I will probably donate, but it will have to be under either my husband's account or one of my kids' account, because my information would be out there.
Right. Well, I got you on that, Esther.
Yeah.
I totally understand.
And I do believe that family needs all the money that they can get, because if they are, and I don't know if they, but I believe, you know, they come off to, you know, but I don't know. I am not really looking at the family like, what are you guys doing? I don't know, because I'm not looking at the family. I just hope.
And they don't owe us
they don't. They don't.
I understand that. They don't owe us anything. They're grieving, and they have the right to grieve how they need to grieve.
Yeah, if they want to go take a vacation, guess what? go take it and get away for a while or whatever. Some people be like, they took that money and it's to do, once you give it, it's not yours anymore. You can't tell them, oh, you can only go to this store or you can only do this. You can't tell them what to do with it. If they want to take a vacation and that suits them to be away from this right now, then that's what they do. I'm just saying, they got enough money to get an investigator, get a good attorney, get that attorney. That attorney can get answers.
Right.
But a lot of that money is gonna go out, and you better pick the right one because you only get one chance.
Right. I agree with you. Again, I agree with you on that as well.
All right.
And all we can do right now is pray for them.
Right. Okay.
I'm gonna get back in the chat. Thank you for letting me call in.
Thank you for calling in.
No problem.
All righty.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I want to thank Sugar Mama. $20. I got you wrote down here. Sugar Mama got 20, and then I got you down from the last time, Sugar Mama. I want to thank everybody showing up, calling in. We're going to take one more phone call, but I want to just thank Sugar Mama for the donation. I want to thank PS for the donation also. So, and we're going to take this phone call. Yeah, I do want to also thank PS and Phyllis Diehard also. Thank you, ladies, for donating. And I've got you all wrote down. How much was that on the Phyllis? I think it was 10. So I got you down to Phyllis, Sugar Mama, and PS. Hey, Sugar Mama, what's going on?
Good afternoon to SP and everybody, family in the chat. I just want to say something. This is the ending of the year. This is the last Friday in the month.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to give God thanks and praises.
Yes.
For all of us that make it up to this present day.
Mm-hmm.
And asking Him to bless us this year that we're entering into. It will be a better year for us. And going forward, there are certain individuals, they are sick. They cannot see light. They cannot see no light in the business. But unfortunately, they only calling on this channel when they were sick. Miss PS, could you pray for me? Miss SP, Miss Dan, whatever. It doesn't work this way, ladies. And who like what I say, they like it. Who don't like it, don't swing on my gate. It doesn't work this way, family. You have to call in when you're in need and when you're not in need. This is what a family is for. Not just saying it. Act and show it. Support the channel. It's not, well, hey, nobody knows what's going to happen. Nobody knows where we're going to be tomorrow. We might need the same SP to turn around and say, SP, you know what? I'm in a financial breakthrough, A, B, C, D, F. But you're not supporting the channel. And SP is like me. I will give you the shirt that's on my back. Call, be on the channel. When you want praise, when you do not want praise, support the channel.
Right.
Support it 100%. I'm not a calling person to say where I will call in on the what she have it. I'm not. I'll be like, hey, I don't do the panels, but I will call in on the floor. Support it. Let's support her. SP is doing a hell of a lot, and sometimes I ask myself, how is she doing it? Working 2-3 jobs, coming to keep the channel open, keep it rolling and rolling and rolling. But ladies, let's support her some more. Let's do it. We can do it. Some of us are sick, and we are shy to call him for praise. You know why? Because we don't support the channel, and we only supporting the channel when we need a little praise. It don't work that way. Let me tell you something. I'm sick right now. I had surgery. But guess what? I'm still standing and supporting the channel. I don't need the gift. I just need the joy. And let it break that tightness. Break it, break it, break it. And I keep saying words for y'all. Give to get.
Right. Okay.
Every little drop fills the bucket.
Right.
And let's hope this coming year we will see a change in this channel. I love this channel. I've been in the channel. I move all around. But guess what? That's where my saliva is dropping in SP News Nuggets. We could do better, ladies.
Right.
So we can and we will. Let's prep her. For instance, y'all want the spirit to come. Y'all have to moan and groan. Y'all cannot just sit there with a closed mouth and expect the spirit to come. No. Y'all have these little things that brings the spirit. It's the same way we have to be by SP. Stretch out our hands. Show her that we are there. Conjure or what the hell the name is. I try to get on this channel so many. I cannot get it. So I'm like, you know, let me stay where I am.
Right.
And my last word is those that are unemployed, those that are looking for a better job, those that do not have food on their table, those that are sick, lady, drop it, drop it, drop it. Don't hold on to it. It's not yours. Give it back to God. Give it back to him. A little thumbs up. A little thumbs up will make that channel go further.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them not even giving a little thumbs up. Give the thumbs up, lady. Even though it's a flower to give the thumbs up, give the thumbs up. We could and we will do better. On that note, I'm going to drop a word of prayer for every one of us. Those that were in the hospital, those that are still in the hospital, those that are there. Give him thanks and praises. Heavenly Father, we give you thanks and praises, Lord, for another day. For opening our eyes, Lord, to see the beginning of another day.
Okay.
Those that are sick, dear Heavenly Father. Those that are in need, dear Heavenly Father. You know who they are by name and number, Lord. Wash them with your precious blood. As small as a mustard seed, Lord, please let some droplets fall on us. Remember that small mustard seed. It could go broke. It could grow big, Heavenly Father. Lord, the ones that are sick, dear Heavenly Father, you know who they are. The ones that are depressed, dear Heavenly Father, the ones that are anxious, Lord, they give it back to you, Lord. It's not of theirs. They give it back to you. And I'm asking you, Lord, to make a turn in that channel this coming year, dear Heavenly Father. Lord, we can and we will do it. I'm asking you, Lord, give us the strength so that we could hold on to the hem of your garment and never let go. Move on, dear Heavenly Father. Almighty Jesus, wash us, forgive us our sins, take out the scale that is over our eye as we enter in a new year, dear Heavenly Father. We give you thanks, we give you praises in no other name but in Jesus' almighty name. Let the praise go up and let the blessings come down. Hallelujah. Amen. Thank you, Jesus.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you. All right. I got some news for you guys. We're gonna call Brown Sugar. I want to thank Sugar Mama. Always coming through with the prayers. We need them.
Brown Sugar, hello.
Hey, what's going on, Brown Sugar?
I just got the phone with Mr. Robinson.
Okay, what'd he say?
Okay. He's not ready to do no interviews right now because there have been some YouTubers putting out misleading information.
Yes.
They have been taking his words and turning his words around, which is so wrong. They wrong for that.
Right.
Anyway, the FBI, they are hounding this case.
Okay.
And as soon as he finds out, as soon as everything, come out and stuff, we are going to be the first ones to know. He will be getting getting in contact with him.
Come on, girl. Come on with it. Come on. Isn't God good? Isn't God good?
He have our number saved in his phone, and he will be soon. Everything come out. Everything. Something's been done. It's been done. FBI are handling things, but the other YouTubers, they need to stop taking his words and turning things around. There are people. You do have friends. That's watching these channels, and I don't know who they are. He didn't say who they are, but they need to stop. They need to stop. For real. They need to stop.
Yes.
So that's why he's not. He's in particular right now by doing interviews with anyone right now. But he's going to keep us in mind. And like I said, soon as soon as everything coming out and stuff, we are going to be the first ones to know.
All right. Good.
Yes. So
Good work. Good work, Brown Sugar. You stay on it. Stay in there. And
don't stop calling. Either call and text him sometimes. If we don't answer the phone, just leave a word. Leave a word for him. And
right.
Because like I told him, I said, you see, I haven't been stopped. I have not stopped calling you and I have not stopped calling you. I have not stopped texting you. I have not stopped leaving voicemails. He said he sees. He knows. He sees.
Right.
He listens and he's been reading everything. So don't stop. Keep calling and text. Leave up. Just stay in contact with him.
I think the people in the family wants to know, like when people stop talking and shut down. And I know it's hard, but they got to let it go, because people don't understand this. And I know the family don't understand, because whoever goes into something like this, you don't never know what to expect. But even though I know what I'm going to say, people are going to get mad. But even though that is negative, it's still getting people to, you know what I'm saying? I hate to say that, but it is. It's the only thing with bad news is when people won't even say your name. They just stop. And I know nobody wants to hear the negative stuff or the lies and the drama, but it comes with it. It does. It actually comes with it. And I know people don't understand it, but I know. I know it hurts him. I know.
It said things that he did not say. And that is not right.
And you know how people can help. You know how they can help get it right is reach out to the people that's saying the negative, or call in, or even show up and tell them, say, no, hey, I'm such and such. I didn't say that. That's not what I meant. And then they can go around, because people have showed up on our channel and be like, this, that, and the other. And then we take it more, on a personal level and go, you know what? Let me stop doing that. Or, let's, like, it's easy just to ask and say, hey, don't say this or don't do that. People take it in consideration. They really do. Didi said it. Didi says negativity gets more views and likes. It does. And that's why I tell people all the time, don't ever be like, oh, SP, y'all only got 18,500 and we got 13,000 over there on TikTok and we got 13,000 over here on Picosha or whatever. I mean, we're not a small channel. It's just we're divided, but we all together. But here's the thing. I'm just not going to say something just to get views and clicks. I'm not going to do that. We're going to stay on the truth. We're going to serve the Lord. And if they don't want to hear the truth of how I feel, I don't want to talk about people. I don't want people to be crying because I done said some stupid stuff to them. And I do take it in consideration. I'm going to respect you, especially when there's a death. Come on now. That's why when somebody wants to come on and they're mad, they might be mad about the situation. I have not done anything to you. I'm just trying to put the information out there so this won't happen to another child, or women that have children will look at this and learn from your mistakes or something. That's not downing that person. It's just saying, this is not acceptable. You know, and I was talking about the cupcake case there. You know what I'm saying? Where she was just left out there. Like, y'all, come on now. I mean, you know, but we only want the truth, and we're not in there to hurt the family and like people talk about the money. You know what? Hey, they got the money. It's their money now. Now what they do with it is what they do with it. Yeah, that's their business. We still gotta keep this young lady's name in our mouth, regardless of what they do. I don't believe that they just gonna just go and be like nothing, you know. So no, I don't. I just think you can't, when you give something to somebody, you can't tell them what to do with it. You just can't, you guys. And they don't have to tell you what they do with it. If they took it and left the country, you gave it to them. I mean, it's a donation. You gave it to them. And hopefully when you give in your donation, you really trust and believe that that person's going to do the right thing. Sometimes you'll see receipts. Sometimes, like I tell you, they don't have to give you a receipt. They don't have to. You donate it. You didn't say, I want you to do this with it. What they want to do with it, they can do with it. If they told you they're going to do this and then they turn around and do that, you gave it to them in a way of believing that, here come my husband.
And another thing too, concerning that, you know, whoever watching that money,
hi honey,
and it's still there, it's there
Five?
for a reason.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
there for, you know, it's there for this case. It's not, you know, for the family just to misuse it. So, you know, this is all the negative stuff that's going on. They need to stop. This man is grieving.
Right.
He
Yeah.
He goes down. I mean, he was crying. He had me crying on the phone while ago. We both was crying.
Oh. Yeah. I know. And I'm glad that you sent me the text real quick and let me know that you had just got off the phone with him. And yeah, you know, we're gonna keep on trying to put our name out there and keep it in a positive. It may not be all that, you know, this, that, and the other, because we don't need the drama and stuff like that. So your girl say, hey, Papa, you guys, my husband said, I gotta go.
But like I told you, I did let them know, you know, that, you know, this is what we are doing. It's coming, you know, it's coming from our heart.
Yeah.
Attention that, no, we are doing this for.
Yeah, we don't need that drama.
No, now let them know we don't have all that foolishness stuff. None, you know, we don't have all that over here. We don't, you know, we're not allowed. You know, we are not allowed those negative stuff over there.
We're sure not. But you know, they need to know how people are really thinking and feeling. And like I said, that's why I don't mind. Like Zan was like, she believes this way. She believes something's going. And even though that, you know, I am the content creator over here. Everybody can express how they think and believe. You don't have to take what I say. This is not no dictatorship. We want to know the truth. What you think. Do you think this? Do you think that? I'm just going by what I know and what I think. But we all come together with what we know and bring it out so the family can really understand what people are saying and why they're saying what they're saying and why people are thinking the way they're thinking. Because people, like I said, people are gonna look at their money and be like, I'm done, you know. Anytime when people start donating money, it gets to be crazy.
I know, and it's sad, but anyway.
All right.
I just wanted to let you know that, because I know you know what you have things to do. But I had to call you, and share the information with you.
Well, I appreciate you. Good work. Keep up the good work, and I'll call you when I'm in traffic. I'm finna roll.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, you guys, I got to get off of here. It's almost 5 o'clock and we got to go pick up a car. So I will see you guys. Happy New Year's to everybody. Make sure you get your house clean. Make sure your money's right. Make sure you have money in your pocket coming into the year. Don't be broke. And you guys, I will see you again. When we get, I might do a little thing before the New Year's. But you guys, thank you. And I'll see you later. Bye. Like, share, subscribe.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you, and I think you'll have to listen, because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day.
We won't stop. We will not stop.
Sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so right, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give, something's telling me this time. Baby, now
See this? How you cannot go?
Baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give, something's telling me it's right.
Neighbors and the
When you
community
came to me,
compelled to
who are
scour
you?
the area.
It's you.